said the child never received them. They were taken back before they ever were delivered.
Diasawyer agreed to sponsor 3 children in Craighead County's foster care system this Christmas. She bought and wrapped clothing, a comforter, digital camera, even a remote-controlled helicopter, all items on wish lists made out by the children.
I delivered my gifts on the 20th.
That same day, in fact just hours later, nearly all of the items she purchased were returned to the individual stores they came from: Walmart, Kohl's, and TJ Maxx.
Every single item at every single store had been returned on the 20th. When I delivered them that night, they were returned at one store at 6 p.m. that night, and the other 2 stores were returned on the 22nd morning.
Receipts document every return made by Department of Children and Family Services employees. Sawyer tracked the paper trail after the digital camera was returned to Walmart for cash. Then she called police.
And nobody's denying, actually, that this happened. The big question is what the motive was behind exchanging the presents.
Detective Branscombe says DCFS employees working out of this office scanned price tags on gifts to determine which stores they came from and then returned them. That's not a crime, but what they did next raised some eyebrows.
We have one situation where one of the DCFS employees used the remainder of one of the gift cards to purchase some personal property for themselves.
Detective Branscombe says there's no written documentation of where money was spent once it was received from a returned item. Branscombe says DCFS employees interviewed so far about the returns say they were leveling the playing field, trying to make sure siblings got equal amounts of gifts. But Sawyer says 2 of the children she bought for live at Consolidated Youth Services and are not related.
There were some things that were taken back and either exchanged or refunded, that I'm unclear as to why they would have done that, because they are, at CYS, they don't have any siblings, and didn't really have a really good reason for why that stuff was taken back.
Detective Branscombe isn't sure what charges, if any, will be filed. The prosecuting attorney's office will decide. In the meantime, Detective Branscombe hopes to hear from anyone else who bought gifts. Sawyer says she spent $500 and wonders if any of it made it to the kids.
I think anyone has the power to open a gift and decide whether it should be given.
Now, the Department of Human Services did issue a statement this afternoon. Julie Munsell, Director of Communications, said, while we cannot comment on a pending investigation, please know that everyone in the community, including staff, worked tirelessly throughout the holiday season so that each child in foster care could receive a gift. Once the investigation is complete, we will take every step necessary to protect the future of those efforts. Region 8 News will continue to track this story and bring you the very latest developments.